Hey gardening friends, I'm so glad to be here today. It's been a long time. We've been super busy, but I thought I'd invite you to come through and look at what we have growing in our garden this December. I know that a lot of the places across our country and outside of our country are really feeling winter, so I thought it'd be kind of like a fresh look of what it looks like here in Southern California since we are having some winter weather, if you could call it that. In the next couple of days, we're supposed to have up to 8 inches of rain over 4 days, so I thought I'd better get out here before everything gets beaten down and show you what we have growing in our garden. So a couple of weeks ago, actually about a month ago, we had the bridal shower for my daughter's event that's coming up, her bridal shower obviously, and I planted a lot of new things, and so they're looking really good. I mean, only here in Southern California where we're mild can things look like this, and that's why I thought it'd be cool to kind of take you through. Nothing's been weeded out in a long time. I haven't really taken very close care of very much of anything in the yard because I've been super busy with my concerts, because I'm a music teacher. I have like almost 1,500 students and I teach at 11 elementary schools, 5th and 6th grade. So there's a lot of concerts, about 24 concerts in the span of 2 weeks that were happening, and all the rehearsals before that. So I've been outside of the garden for a long time. So this is what it looks like. This is a glimpse of our Southern California weather, and let's take a look at what we have growing in our yard right now. So for the bridal shower, I underplanted these boxwoods with some beautiful ornamental kale that looks really pretty, with also some white violas. Really nice, kind of gives you that wedding vibe, and I like that because it was kind of like a bow at the bottom. The kale kind of represents a bow with the necktie right there to kind of give it a formal look, and that was really pretty. It also rained for my daughter's bridal shower, so we weren't really out in this area. We had a tent out here, thank goodness, and we were completely covered, and it was beautiful, but people didn't really get to enjoy the garden like I had anticipated, but that really didn't matter because the event was a huge success. So that was part of the original plan. And then a couple of weeks before that, I repotted all of my wall containers there and replaced the pots with some terracotta, and they are looking so great. Some of the terracotta is kind of getting that mossy effect on the bottom, and as they grow older, that's just going to continue, and I just love that worn, lived-in feel. I think it looks really pretty. So I planted petunias. I have the Super Petunia Mini Vista plum veined, which was new last year, that I wanted to tie everything together, and look at that. That is just so beautiful. This is December. We're like 3 days before Christmas. Unbelievable. So pretty, and that's exactly what I wanted it to look like. Really pretty. It's starting to trail over the side. They're doing really well. I do not have the drip turned on because this time of year we don't really dry out too much, and I don't want them to get too waterlogged. So every couple of days, or maybe every 3 or 4 days, I come through and water those. And then I have the Super Petunia Black Cherry right here that I think is a beautiful contrast, and we use that throughout the yard all year, and I've been really happy with these two colors together. Like I said before in other videos, they grow very differently. The Mini Vista kind of trails a little bit more, a little bit thinner branched, and the Super Petunia Black Cherry is a lot stronger and more dense, but they just look really pretty together. So I used them all over the place this year, and I'm really happy with the way they looked. All right, coming over here in this area, I have some super bells that are out of bloom. My super bells this year, they struggled. I had a hard time this year. I think I overwatered them, and they're really picky with that. Like I always say, and I always preach this on my videos, that you don't want to overwater your super bells, otherwise you could lose them. They're kind of finicky that way. And I think that was my problem. So I have some that I think I'm going to overwinter because we don't get too cold here, but we will see, because I have all kinds of ideas for the spring coming up very soon. More of the plum vein. This is also really amazing that this is still hanging on. I have more of the black cherry here. I have this beautiful purple heliotrope that's still growing, and it's been blooming like crazy because we've had a lot of warm weather. It's loved that. And then I have also a sweet potato vine that is seen better days, but I'm leaving it in there until the spring because it's still giving me some color, and it's full. It looks really nice. So I love this area. I have my French lavender here, with also my rosemary, and I think that just this whole area I'm really happy with. Like I said, plenty of weeds, but we'll get to that in the spring or right before. More of the Holy Moly. This is kind of pretty. I can't believe that's still blooming. Holy Moly Calibrachoa, or super bells there. And then I planted some seed in late summer for these really pretty zinnias, and the pollinators have just absolutely loved that. I have bees out here still this time of year, which always makes me happy because this time of year there aren't as many opportunities for them to come out and pollinate. And so yeah, that's been really nice. I'm not going to trim or cut those back until I absolutely have to, which is weird because here we usually get a lot of powdery mildew because we get kind of warm and damp. And I haven't really seen that too much. They flopped all over the place, but it's fine. No big deal. It still looks pretty. It's full of color. I love that. All right, and then our back bed here, we have more of the super petunias. I mean, it's kind of scraggly, but we still have blooms, and I'm not going to clear it out because I want it to kind of suppress the weeds until the spring when I plant something new in here. Again, it's the Super Petunia Mini Vista Plum Vein with the black cherry, and they did beautiful. It was really, really beautiful all throughout the year. I'm not going to stop the video and edit very much. You're going to hear all kinds of sirens and everything that I usually edit out, but I'm going to treat this as if you and me are walking through the garden and you'd hear all that stuff, so forget about it. It's totally fine. Anyways, this is really pretty. I'm going to cut my roses back. I have my roses blooming right now, which is absolutely unbelievable in December, which is great to see. This one looks like it's going to bloom very soon. So as soon as those go through their bloom cycle, I'm going to cut them back in January, which is the time that we cut them back anyways. So Ben, if you can come over this side right here, you can kind of see how pretty this all looks right here with all of these containers on the wall. I'm just completely amazed that I have this much color this time of year. And that's really nice because when we open our black back sliders to look outside, you can see all this color in December. It's just a win. I love that. All right, so looking back over this way, we have some super bells right here. This is the Tropical Sunrise. I have a couple more of these petunias that I didn't plant. I purchased these late in the season and I was going to plant these for the bridal shower and I didn't get them planted, but I will get them planted soon. It seems absolutely insane to have them in their cans in December, not planted, but I'm going to make good use of these. They're doing really well. They're sprouting from the bottom, so they're going to be fine. And then these really nice, this container, I really love this because you have this beautiful lantana, this yellow and this red that has a little bit of orange to it, just slightly, and then the double ruby super bells that is still blooming in the front in this self-watering container. When it's sunny, you guys, it's just like a ray of sunshine out here, and it's done extremely well. So I think, and I'm not sure if this is true, that the lantana is kind of, it doesn't attract a lot of bugs because I've had some problems with thrips and my super bells. And the super bells that are in here don't seem to ever have a problem with it. So I don't know if the lantana is kind of repelling that issue, but this is something that I'll do again. I'm going to probably keep this through the spring, maybe trim it back a little bit. I'm sure it's going to look beautiful, but I do like the lantana with the super bells in a self-watering container. That was just kind of a couple of plants that I had left over that I thought I'd pop in here, and look at it's December and they're still looking great. I love that. All right, so over here, this whole area, you know, I haven't spent very much time. My boxwoods are fleshing a new bit of growth after I trimmed them back for the bridal shower, and I added a little bit of mulch down at the bottom to kind of suppress the weeds, but I still have annuals blooming. I have some James Britannia that is hanging on, and I don't know if it'll make it through the winter, but it'd be cool if they did. I also have some sweet alyssum or lobularia right there, which is, I think, the violet night. And then I have some Gara that's coming back right here. That's a bonus. But anyways, yeah, this whole area right here, this is one plant in here. And again, it's doing super healthily. It's not super soaked in here because I turned the water off, like I said before, but it's that double ruby super bells, super beautiful. It's just kind of filling the basket right here. And if this makes it through, then this is one less basket that I'm going to have to worry about. And you know, it's kind of taught me a lesson because I like to fill baskets with all kinds of color. The fact that this only has one plant in here is really cool to see that. And if it trails over the side, that's just going to be a win for sure. All right, so over this way, I planted up these containers with some violas and some pansies in here, and they're a little scraggly right now. I probably should come through and deadhead a little bit, but I wanted this to be a realistic view of what we have going on right here. But this is really, really cool. Let me just turn this really quick. This is the honeyberry super bells, and I mean, this time of year to have it look like this, it's been raining a little bit, so they're a little bit beaten down, but wow, what a great variety of super bells. If you haven't tried this, this was a huge win. I only found 2 of these plants. This is a 17-inch container filled with 2 plants, and I haven't cut it back one time. I planted it in the spring, and it looks like this, and it's looked like this all year. Never once has it gone out of bloom. So if you're looking for a hardy super bells to try, you might want to try the Proven Winners Honeyberry. Definitely recommended. And then I have this really, really nice, and I can't remember the name of this. This is new this year. I think it's like Mini-Me Chartreuse, I believe. And look at that color. It gets sun, not today, it gets sun more than the varieties that I have on the side of the house, and it turns a little bit brighter yellow here. The ones on the side of the house that are more in the shade are a lot more lime green, so it's kind of cool to see that. But it's a very interesting leaf structure. And another reason why I want to do my video right now is because very soon in January, we're probably going to have temperatures that, you know, dip into the 30s. Not cold by any means, but those these varieties don't really do well with that. All of my coleus will kind of lose all their leaves and need to be cut back. So it's cool for you to see that before we get to the harsher weather. I shouldn't say harsh weather, but the weather that they're not going to like. So these 2 containers were a lot of fun. I replanted these. I originally had some dahlias in them, but look at how beautiful this is. Ben, you want to come in here and show? I have the plum vein right there. I have the alternanthera right here, which gives it really nice burgundy color, along with the angel face angelonia. So pretty. My daughter's colors were burgundies and whites and a little bit of pinks and stuff like that, so that just looked really great with her color scheme. And of course it goes along with the rest of the things that we have going on in our yard, which I think they're really pretty, especially with the black urns that I had painted earlier this season. I'm so happy with the way both of those have turned out. This one especially is doing really well. This one I had a little bit of a slug problem, so I had to put down some bait, but it's getting better and it's going to hang on, and it's pushing a lot more growth, and it's going to be fine. So that's really cool to see that. All right, so let's turn around this way, and you can kind of look at this area right over here. More of the boxwoods with the violas at the bottom, the white ones. I lost a couple of them on this side. I don't know if it was just a little bit too much water, but I have some extras I can pop in there. And then you have the ornamental kale, and then this whole corner right here. These are those hanging baskets that are on pedestal stands that did really well. With the rain, they got beat down a little bit, but they're still kind of popping out. I'm going to clear these out eventually. I just wanted you to see what they look like at the end of the season. Another bit of this pink angel face, angelonia, so pretty. And the super bells right here, not super bells, excuse me, the mini vista plum veined right here, and then more of the black cherry. They were intermixed. And then I have the royal velvet right there in the back, draping over. That's doing beautifully. I mean, it's amazing to see that kind of color this time of year. And then my hanging basket here, I replanted. This is so pretty. This is white pansies with a little bit of the yellow violas, and then also some burgundy pansy in here. You can see it right there. Very, very nice. Gonna pop some of those dead heads off so it continues to stimulate the growth for your pansies. You want to make sure you deadhead so they continue to bloom, but that really looks nice. And again, the color scheme for the wedding shower was really realized in this one hanging basket right here. She has golds in her color scheme as well, and that was really great. So it's a learning lesson, you know. It's like I always like to kind of hold on to things in the yard when we get into the fall season, but I'm thinking now, especially since I repotted this hanging basket, that I should probably do a lot more of my fall plantings and clear out some of the tired annuals, because if I can have things that look like this through the winter season, that will definitely hang on until the spring, until it gets too hot, that's for sure a win. Sometimes I have like hanging baskets or containers that are just looking kind of shabby, and I kind of deal with them kind of like this, but I should probably come through and clear them out and start over so I can have that kind of beauty this time of year. That's not to say I don't have things blooming, because it does look really pretty, but that would be great if I kind of did that in the future. So anyways, we're gonna walk over here. We have all kinds of stuff back here in the yard, so we're not gonna edit it. It's a real view of what we have going on. But these sun patience, I mean, guys, really super beautiful. I mean, I don't think I've ever had sun patience that have grown this big. They're almost as tall as my tower boxwoods. It's just unbelievable. And I had ones on this side, they're trimmed back over here, that were just as high, but we had the solar panels put in and we have new electric boards there and they had to get moved. But I mean, so beautiful. All right, so in the front, we have a couple other things going on right now, and we'll take a quick tour of what that looks like, and then we'll finalize it out for the rest of the day. Come on, let's look. So in the front right here, I cleared out all of my annuals. I did go ahead and do that because I want to get this area ready for our tulips. That will be coming in about a week or so. We order from Color Blends. They're pre-chilled because here in Southern California, they have to be chilled. Our ground doesn't get cold enough to plant them in the fall. And I'm sure if you've been watching my channel a long time, you have seen me talk about that and how important that is for people who live in southern climates. So we're really excited about that. So all of my annuals had to go. I didn't let them linger. But my roses are almost ready to flush out a complete bloom right here. I have my first one right here, which is really amazing to see. And then once they bloom here at the end of December and the 1st of January, I'll trim them all back, then plant the tulips in the ground in a number of weeks, because we're so mild. As soon as I plant them, the tulips start to grow. So we'll have blooms at the end of February and the beginning of March. Most people that have a little bit of harsher winters that plant them in the fall, they don't usually see blooms until the end of April into May even. So we're really early here, and I'll share with you what those look like. But yeah, this is amazing. We have all of our boxwoods covered with lights for Christmas time, and it's a very exciting time of year. 3 days away from Christmas. I hope you guys are a lot more ready for Christmas than I am. I mean, we're excited, but whew, we've been busy. But anyways, I got a couple more things to show you, and then we'll close it out. All right, on the front porch, obviously we've decorated for the Christmas season, but I still have my begonias and my creeping Jenny growing and my hippo plants. This one is kind of hanging on, but this one right here still has the begonia blooming, which is super beautiful. That red color is perfect for Christmas. It kind of has a Christmas feel with the red, the dark green, and the white and green leaves. I love that. And we brought our faux topiaries out here that light up for Christmas time. And if you come around this way, it's really a beautiful time of year for the camellias. And I don't think I've showed a video with my camellias blooming before, but this is the debutante variety of camellia. And that is one of the most beautiful blooms I think I've ever seen. If you get a close-up of that, man, that is absolutely beautiful. And it has all kinds of dewdrops on that. Beautiful. Love that. Then we have the double impatiens, the double red impatiens from Proven Winners, looking beautiful this time of year, just totally protected underneath the eaves right here. Again, perfect for the holiday season. And then my coleus, this is what I was talking about right here. It's kind of a hot mess in here, but my lime-time coleus is barely hanging on. And then I have my El Brido, and then more of the mini-me chartreuse over there to the side. In a number of weeks, these will all be looking really scraggly, and I'll have to pull them out. But such a beautiful shade garden, along with my hydrangeas in the spring. It just looks super beautiful. But that's pretty much it for the video today. I have so many plans for the spring. I can't wait to share them with you, starting with our tulips that are going to go in a number of weeks here. And it's just an exciting time of year. And you know, this is a really good glimpse of how realistic gardening can be. You know, we really haven't touched anything for a while, and if you just let things go, some things continue to hang on and look beautiful, and then some things obviously need a little bit of attention that hopefully I'll get to after the holidays are all over and said and done. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining today, and I hope you enjoyed our walkthrough and joining me, and we'll see you in the next video, hopefully after the new year. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.